Sheikh Mohammed once said, "A few mistakes made by a person working productively cost far less than a person paralyzed by laziness or fear," which was stated in an article called 10 Great Quotes from Sheikh Mohammed, which was written by Nairi McFarlane and last updated on November 2nd, 2017. This quote shows that Dubai has an atmosphere that promotes productiveness, and that's something I definitely saw when I visited. Overall, everyone should visit Dubai because it's very persistent in advancement and can provide us with many opportunities. Today I'll be discussing the history, culture, and tourism of Dubai. The story of how Dubai came to be explains the stable foundation of the destination today. First, we must understand its background information to understand why the place is so special. The beginnings of Dubai are described in an article called Dubai History. In 1833, the Bani Yas tribe, led by the Maktoum family, settled at the mouth of the natural Harbor Creek. This harbor was the first aspect that spurred the development of Dubai because it caused an increase in fishing and trade. Therefore, by the 20th century, Dubai began to thrive. The creek divided Dubai into two sides, Dera and Bur Dubai. Consumer involvement increased when the market opened on the Dera side. According to the article, Dubai History, it consisted of 350 shops and attracted many businessmen. The creek, because of the increased volume of ships, however, that were coming in for trade, the creek began to fill, but eventually the creek was cleaned out. Although the project was very risky, it ultimately benefited Dubai because they became an enormous trading center. The infrastructure of Dubai advanced even more when oil was discovered. The article titled Dubai History states that in 1966, Sheikh Rashid used this new discovery to upgrade many structures such as roads, schools, and business buildings. The discovery of oil opened the door to wealth and attracted many people from many different backgrounds to look for a job and even settle down there. The diversity of Dubai is what makes their culture and lifestyle so unique. In general, their culture is associated with Islamic traditions that guide followers to the way of life. Even though Islam is viewed in an extreme way everywhere else in the world, Dubai is very tolerant. In fact, a book called Dubai Explorer, written in 2006 by David Quinn, explains that the population actually consists of 81% foreigners. So if you were to visit, you'll be able to witness all these different practices and religions. Here you can find Hindus, Christians, Muslims, etc. looking for work and actually living together without any issues. In contrast to stricter towns in Saudi Arabia, women do not face discrimination often, according to the same book mentioned before. They have many more opportunities to enter the workforce and even take up higher positions in companies. The dress code is not enforced as they would be in Saudi Arabia, and they can go out without having to worry about safety. The rulers of Dubai currently, which is Sheikh Mohammed, welcome other religions, but they still work to preserve their original Islamic roots. There is a possibility that the original culture could be lost due to the increased development they face, but with traditions such as camel riding, dancing, festivals, art, and poetry, they can sustain their heritage. Dubai's historical background and cultural diversity attracts many tourists. Finally, Dubai has a high rating in tourism. People come to vacation here because some of the things that you can find here are not available anywhere else in the world. Today I'll talk about some of the things that really stood out to me when I went there. Something that must be seen when visiting Dubai is the Burj Khalifa. It marks the center of the city and it's the tallest structure ever built. To put its height in perspective, the video to Dubai Vacation Travel Guide made by Expedia in 2014 describes the Burj Khalifa as 3 times the height of the Eiffel Tower and 2 times the height of the Empire State Building. There's a lift that can take you up to the 128th floor in under a minute to get a fantastic view. Secondly, Dubai has the only 7-star resort ever made, which is the Burj Al Arab. The structure is unique in that it is modeled after a ship that would sail the ocean. Finally, the desert safari definitely represents the Arabian background of Dubai very well. Here you can experience an exhilarating ride through the dunes, and then a camel ride usually follows. Depending on the time and location, wildlife can be observed. Most tourists say the feeling of stepping into the desert and simply gazing out into the distance is amazing because it is so quiet and peaceful. Dubai started off by just being a small export port, but through rapid advancement, the tourism industry grew tremendously. Despite the growth, the rulers and the residents made sure that the original traditions, cultures, and values were preserved. This place already has so much to offer, but if there's something that's missing, they're probably making it right now. Being around such a fast-paced environment and committed individuals helped me learn what real success looks like in the world. Hard work, increased development, and cultural diversity are remarkable characteristics of Dubai and reasons for its prosperity.